I'm Jan Langbine, Chief Executive Officer of Genesis Women's Shelter and Support, who along with the Dallas Police Department and the Federal Bureau of Investigation co-founded the Conference on Crimes Against Women. I'd like to introduce to you our sponsors of this conference, the Mary Kay Foundation, the NAH Foundation, Faith and Liberty Fund and Karen Rogers, State of Texas Governor's Office Criminal Justice Department, the Texas Bar Foundation, and the Jensen Project. There are many conferences that we can all attend on stalking or sexual assault or human trafficking or domestic violence, but nowhere are these issues brought together so that law enforcement and prosecutors and advocates can come to one place and receive the best of the best. For many of you, you've been here before. I say welcome back. 51%, however, you're here for the first time, which you are in for an amazing 6 days that will be spread out over the course of the next 2 weeks. In addition, we hope you all are listening to the Conference on Crimes Against Women podcast, available on all major podcast platforms. Today, speakers from all around the United States have converged here to share the best practices and cutting-edge information in investigations and prosecution and healing from crimes against women. Just 16 years ago, our first conference was held and we welcomed 400 attendees, and today we stand strong with over 2,000 attendees. You come from college university campuses, local municipalities, county, state, federal law enforcement, from all branches of the military, and from Native American nations. Today we welcome attendees from all 50 states. A huge shout out to Massachusetts with 69 attendees, Oklahoma 79, Tennessee 42, New Mexico 39, Utah 38, welcome Virginia with 36, Nebraska 31, Washington State, you've brought 31 attendees, Washington, D.C. 10, and the great state of Texas, the Lone Star State, 700 attendees. Internationally, we have 17 attendees from Canada and 1 even from Albania. Welcome. 31 are serving in our military throughout the United States. 52 attendees representing 16 tribal nations, 36 campus professionals representing 23 campuses across the country, 62 medical professionals, including 26 SANEs and 15 forensic nurse examiners from 15 different states and Canada. This time last year, as COVID began its sweep across the country, it was our hope that after one virtual conference, we would be able to again be together to learn and network and share information on crimes against women. The conference board and the team once again decided that the 2021 conference should pivot from an in-person conference to a hybrid of virtual live and on-demand sessions. With new platform, we hope that your experience will serve as a place that you can find connection and community, new knowledge, and inspiration. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service to your communities and for all your unwavering commitment to women everywhere. At the Conference on Crimes Against Women, we are proud of our partnerships with our co-hosts, but most of all, we are proud to partner with each of you. Please know that you're making a difference. We are doing that together. It takes many people to make a conference like this happen. I want to especially thank Becky Park, the National Conference Director, for hours and hours and hours of working to bring you and all of this together. Her team, thank you Sean Guy and Joseph Lassane and Megan Bach. Thank you to the Dallas Police Department, who send a message throughout our city of zero tolerance by providing safety for victims and holding accountable perpetrators. We would also like to issue a very special thank you to Kelsey McKay and Respond Against Violence for the amazing 2-day strangulation series called The Sexualization of Strangulation, Felony or Fetish, presented Thursday and Friday, the 20th and 21st, and you still have time to register. Thank you to the staff of Genesis Women's Shelter, who for over 35 years has been providing safety and shelter, hope and healing to victims of domestic violence. Thank you for all our training partners. You can find them listed in your digital program. Thank you again to the Office of the Governor of Texas, the Criminal Justice Division, who have provided 75 scholarships from rural and under-resourced communities around the state. I want to say again a special thank you to Nancy Ann Hunt Foundation, the Faith and Liberty Fund, the Texas Bar Foundation. You also provided scholarships and made sure that as many people who could attend the 2021 conference have attended. The conference platform is going to change your conference experience, so please customize your agenda, read all about the speakers and the workshops, and plan your schedule either by day or by speaker or by topic. You'll be able to evaluate it there. Post where you are and let us know throughout the conference on social media so we know where you are, who you are, and what you're doing by using hashtag CCAW 2021. During your free time, in between sessions, please join in our virtual conference cafe and network with law enforcement professionals, judicial professionals, advocates, and campus professionals. We also invite you to visit our online exhibitor area. There you're going to find conference swag and equipment, great informational resource. I hope you'll visit often. At the end of the conference, you are going to receive a short survey that'll be emailed to you. And upon completion, you'll be able to print off your conference certificate. If you have any questions regarding continuing education or access to sessions or speaker info, really anything, check out the digital CCAW program, the info button on our conference center, or our website. Please know that you are critical to this work, that you give hope to those who thought there was none. Now, please join me and help me recognize our 2021 Conference on Crimes Against Women Ignite Award winners: Lisa Jaworski, Carla Maley, Chantel Standifer, Matthew Minnick, Officer Amy Cummins, and the Network for Victim Recovery.
In 2019, the Conference on Crimes Against Women created the annual Ignite Award to highlight and honor various courageous efforts that are sparking awareness and action across the country. This year, the 16th annual virtual Conference on Crimes Against Women would like to recognize a select group of first responders who worked tirelessly throughout the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic to make a difference in the community, combating domestic violence and sexual abuse. These first responders, consisting of law enforcement, advocates, prosecution attorneys, and counselors, were nominated by their peers and then selected by CCAW as change makers in the ongoing fight towards ending violence against women. We introduce to you the recipients of the 2021 CCAW Ignite Award.
This is a very important field of work, and I love helping and I love making a difference. So if out of my 500 open cases, I make the difference for 2 victims, then it's a victory.
I am certainly always humbled when a survivor shares with me some of the most intimate details. And I've always felt it an honor to work with women and walk alongside them, trying to get to safety.
I have been fighting this fight of being a voice for those that don't have a voice, being a positive role model, a motivator to help people realize their worth. I finally learned to love myself, and now I can teach others how they can love themselves as well.
I often say to donors that if every city had an NBRDC in it, the world would be a much better place. I think what we're doing is completely and totally unique and amazing, and it's an honor to have that recognized.
How much domestic violence and sexual abuse permeates just the entire family system, and just oftentimes is generational, repetitive over and over again. So it kind of became something you couldn't avoid, really.
My goal is to just change the perception of domestic violence here, and by my little change, hopefully something else changes.
The Conference on Crimes Against Women would like to thank our 2021 Ignite Award recipients who continue to create action across the country, bringing injustice out of the darkness and lighting the fire of change not only in the recipients' local communities, but across the nation.
On November 5th, 2017, Devin Patrick Kelly walked into the First Baptist Church in Sutherland Springs, Texas. Kelly, who had been dishonorably discharged in the military and had a history of domestic violence, had gone to church that Sunday morning to kill his wife and his mother-in-law, who actually weren't even in attendance that day. Kelly proceeded to execute the deadliest mass shooting in Texas history, killing 26 people, injuring 20 more. Victims ranged in age from 18 months old to 77 years old, including a pregnant woman and her unborn child. The Texas Rangers led that investigation with the FBI and the ATF, along with local law enforcement. We are fortunate today to have with us as our keynote speakers Major Corey Lane of the Texas Rangers and Assistant Special Agent Robert Krupa of the FBI, who will be able to provide first-hand accounts of the investigation, share lessons learned, introduce new protocols and procedures that came out of that horrific tragedy. Both Ranger Lane and ASA Krupa will be presenting an in-depth case study that further dissects that case next Monday, the 24th. Please help me welcome our keynote speakers, Major Corey Lane and ASA Robert Krupa.